Thank you so much for your love and support. Once again, we are back with another video tutorial, and this video tutorial is regarding the pod, which is very important. What do you understand with the pod? So, just as I said, it is a demo first. So, I run a command kubectl run, name it pod Neokloud and hyphen image nginx. What do you see? A pod Neokloud is created. So this is the smallest unit we can create in the Kubernetes. But is it the smallest? No. Just I run kubectl get pod. So when I run, I will get the status of the pod. Here it is showing that pod Neokloud 1:1 ready, running, and start 30 seconds. So what is 1:1? So here one container is there. Now new terms. Container. So what is a container? So you will heard of Docker. So Docker is one of the engine means here. So earlier we used to create images with the help of Docker. We can use the images with the help of Docker. And earlier for creating a container we use Docker. Nowadays, after the Kubernetes version 1.20, there is a CRI, container runtime interfaces, which given the opportunity to many of the other platforms to do the same things. Now instead of we use containerd or many others. So container. So just describe it. Kubectl. I'm writing kubectl, but in examination or in we can set aliases and we can write simply key. So after few videos, we'll start writing key because it saves a lot of time. Now kubectl describe pod and pod name Neokloud. I'll make a font little smaller. So here we can have what the information is. So name is Neokloud, name is space. I'm just exploring the things. You do not worry that what is service account, what is node, what is start time, all this stuff. Node. Just we'll see the node right now only. Labels. Run equal to pod. It is already created. Annotations. Okay. Status is running. IP address. This is the IP address of the pod. Now container. So earlier we talk that pod is the smallest. Now inside the pod there is a container. It is right now one. There may be many, but they will share network resources and storage. So a pod is, I can say, abstraction, which means is a boundary line which contain containers, network interfaces and storage. Now this is the storage volumes, and here QoS class best of, and it gives the events also. So great, we have seen that three things are there: container, okay, network and these things. And inside the container you see that the image. What is the image? Okay, so what do you understand with the image? So an image in a Kubernetes usually means a container image. This is like a ready-made package which contain the application code, dependencies, system tools, runtime environments, okay, like that. These images are usually stored in registry like Docker Hub, ECR, GCR. So I will open .docker.com and there will you go that here nginx official report, official images. So these from here that images is pulled out and we can run the container. So think of image is like a frozen pizza. Everything you need in inside, just you have to put it in oven like container runtime and it's ready to serve. Okay, I'm back in that killer coda session. I'll back in the killer coda session and now control L so that I do have a liberty to use the full screen. Now just earlier command kubectl get pod, and I will this time put O wide. So I will get IP addresses and here node. Why? There is, I think there is a two node, correct? K kubectl gate nodes. CTL gate nodes. So here two nodes are there, control plane and node 1. But this is created in node 01. Why? Because restriction is placed that control plane should not create any pods. So as we go ahead, we'll discuss this thing, and that is known as the tent. So the tent is applied on the control plane so that this pod is not created in the control plane. So node 1 we get the pod. So there are few terms we had here: pod, container, label, tent. And for tent, if you want to create, then there is a way, that tolerance. Okay, you got many things, but this is the main things you have got. So pod is ephemeral, means if the pod is killed, so that pod is running, and now the pod IP is this. So I'll delete the pod. So I have deleted the pod and recreated the pod. That IP address is different. Okay, and whatever the data that pod have is also deleted. So it is an ephemeral pod. So there are two ways. This command we have means kubectl get pod, kubectl run pod. Okay, this is I would say a imperative approach where just few things we have captured and created. Means it is the fastest way to create, but I want more specific, more declarative. Means, so if you want to create with a more specific way, declarative way and formal way, then we can use YAML files. So just I'll get YAML file, I'll open kubernetes.io. This is the kubernetes.io. Now I will search pod. So Kubernetes pod is the smallest deployable unit. Great, we already discussed this. Now this is the YAML file, simple pod, just bi pod, my past pod .yaml, and now I'll press this all things. So here API version, kind, metadata and spec, these four fields are there, and you will find this four field every time. And in specification you find the container here, because it is pod, it's a container. If it is a deployment unit, then it's a pod and then container, and many things which is required. So container have image nginx, and image is this, and this is known as tag. We won't use always the latest tag because of the previous compatibility match. So, and this is the container port. We'll discuss this all, but just first the intro, wcube, and so I'll apply kubectl apply -f my first pod. So this is the declarative way of type of creating. Now I'll say k get pod. So I am having two pods. It's a nginx and so I can white. So we'll get information both pod is created on the node 01. And now if I want to take a backup of this pod, so I'll just k get pod -pod, name of pod, and -o white, sorry, -o YAML, and just backup pod.yaml. I here write k because kube alias is already set in killer coda. So now if I cat bc.yaml pod, so you will find many things. We have written few, but many things here. Annotations, okay, and there is a name, namespace, resource reservation, UID. This is important for log purpose also. And this image pull policy, if not present, what to do. Okay, so there are many things, and this little things we'll discuss when the things required. Okay, so this is status. When you take backup or when the pod run, this is the status, what the running state, latest status of that things. So I'll press Ctrl L, and now run pod Neokloud, run pod Neokloud 1. Okay, now I want to create a I want to add something in it. So what I will do -dry run equal to client -o YAML. So you will find that this is the YAML file we get. This command will directly create this YAML file. Means it is showing this, but if you will redirect it to any file pod.yaml, so now you will have a pod.yaml file. So you can directly vi pod.yaml and you can edit this file. Okay, so sometime if you won't know, so you, with a few specification, you create a YAML file and then kubectl API resource and grep pod. So you know this pod, and here it's a 2, means it's a namespace. I'll API resources. So if you'll see that header, so it's a namespace. So it's a namespace. You can write PO also, and it's a v1. This is the version, API version. And sometimes you see a v1, sometimes you see that this type of nomenclature. And remembering this will not require, because you always see this type of resource available with you, or you can get it with the kube explain, kube cv, kube API resources commands. So I think this is good to go to start creating pod, and tomorrow we'll see the life cycle of the pod. So thank you so much for your love and support, and next topic is pod life cycle. Thanks.